This is an example of using Copilot to generate a plant list. Give me a list of native plants for Tel Aviv's Mediterranean climate. Copilot asks about the nature of the data. I decide on scientific/academic. It keeps me well informed on the process of collecting the data and gives me feedback, telling me exactly what it's doing. It populates the columns of the Excel spreadsheet. I request that it add maintenance requirements and sun and water requirements. It confirms what I asked it to do. I ask it to group the plants according to plant type. It asks me how I want to do this. I tell it option 1, sort the existing table. I can look at the table and decide, am I done or do I want to undo? Importantly, at the prompt, I can ask it to tell me the sources of the data. I ask it to add this information on sources to the Excel spreadsheet. It adds URL links to the data, puts them in a column on the spreadsheet, asks me to confirm or undo. I ask it to add the nurseries that carry these plants, local nurseries. It shows me the status of what it's doing in checking the nurseries. I ask it to add pollinators or any other species that benefit from the presence of these native plants. I include descriptions of the type of species that I'm looking for, caterpillars, songbirds, etc. It adds the columns to the spreadsheet relating to the wildlife that I'd specified. These are the other earthlings that deserve to benefit from our design expertise. So in the course of about 3 minutes, I've managed to retrieve data for a specific location. Everything that was generated was driven by me, although the prompts and the reasoning behind what should be covered were built in. So here's the finished spreadsheet, and this is going to be the bridge between my actual Revit projects, the plant families in Revit, and the data that I want to have these plants tracking. It was important to me to be able to identify the sources of the data. And you see that I've got links to websites and data sources. I can make all of this information available inside Revit on the plant families. It can be text fields, it can be URL links, it can be yes/no parameters, anything that I want to use with filters to help me identify the value of the landscape that I'm proposing. What we need are performative landscapes. To show people the value of plant material, you have to cross those thought silos and be able to engage people with data that shows why the whole process from a landscape architect was important. How you manage to sort data intelligently use technical tools like AI to provide a convincing landscape that supports life on Earth. This is a local example, also using Copilot, but using it inside Word, where I'm able to sort information and, in addition to all the data, able to provide or have Copilot provide me with images for the plants that are essential to the bird life, in this case, that I was looking at. I've got all my links, and I have at my fingertips tools that will let me deliver on what I want, which is a landscape that does a whole damn lot more than appeal to the aesthetics of the human species. We have the tools, we have the expertise as landscape architects. We need to design for the future of our kids and our planet. Let's get to it. What are we waiting for?